I just want to get a little bit into the Kamala Harris campaign launch.
Okay.
And this is the internet, Roger. It's terrible. I apologize. So, the singer Charlie XCS released this album called Brat.
Okay.
And the internet trend started saying like it's Brat summer. In the internet you have internet aesthetics. Okay, so they started pushing this internet aesthetic of Brat summer, that is the bright green color, trashy looking pictures. And finally, when they announced that Kamala was running, the singer Charlie XCS announced that Kamala is Brat. So like most artists, they're in with the Democrats, and she lent her social media. And so you guys understand less what Brat is. I took her own words and put a little clip of it so we can understand
what Brat means.
What Brat means.
Because I know what's Beyonce is allowing Kamala to use her song on the campaign trail.
They're all in it. We had the guys from Tenacious D, Jack Black, make disgusting comments after the shooting.
I'm so happy that they're.
We
finished.
had Robert De Niro also coming forward. We had
everybody.
You name it.
So who's this Umberto that we're going to see?
This is an interview in the BBC of the singer, the original singer. Her name is Charlie XCS.
XCS.
And she's explaining what Brat is.
What Brat means. Okay.
Brat.
Sort of knocking on Brat's door.
It really is.
It's giving Brat.
It is.
I saw you posting about a Brat summer. What do you think of the Brat summer essentials? Because I saw you on like a speedboat. That's Brat summer.
It can go that way, like kind of like quite like luxury, but it can also be like so like trashy. Just like a pack of cigs and like a Bic lighter.
Yes.
And like a strappy white top.
Yeah.
With no bra.
Oh, yeah.
That's like kind of all you need. Do you know
Hang
what I mean?
on.
Yeah, there you go.
Here I am.
Perfect.
What's the weirdest thing that's...
Well, if I was in that room, I think I would have ended my life. I would have seriously tried to kill myself, Roger. I would have tried to kill myself just with the tone of.
Well, that's her demographic, so
hate that.
You know what? I'm not even sure what any of that was all about.
I know, me neither.
I was just gonna say, like he's confused. I still don't know what's happening.
Roger, we're working this together, but Kamala Harris adopted the aesthetic. She adopted the song and the green aesthetic, and I'm still like, I saw that. I'm still trying to figure out what it is, but I just brought it up. I don't want to talk about the
saw
campaign.
Jake Tapper talking about it the other day. It seems like that's like the propaganda they're trying to push.
That's the propaganda. It's a push because she's the most popular thing.
I
right now.
do not understand what's going on.
I still don't.
This right here is a collage of the aesthetic. It's that green color, headphones, Vic lighters.
So it's a trashy movement, Roger, where they're saying that's the look. Like, see that middle one, Roger, where it's like lighters and T-shirts and you look dirty. That's Brat.
I will not be dressing like
that.
Yeah,
I don't.
Good.
I don't. Yeah.
So like a Gen Z
if
thing?
we go, it is because they're trying to get the Gen Z vote, and this is what they're into now.
Got you.
It's beyond me. I don't understand. But let's go to the next one, and we can see the video of Kamala that literally took this aesthetic, because the singer that came up with the aesthetic, she announced that Kamala was Brat. So her team reached out and made this piece of content. I don't understand either. I'm sorry, but we're gonna figure it out.
Okay.
This is what it is.
Yeah, 360. You think you just fell out of the coconut tree? You exist in the content.
Trying to make her
all in which you live and what came.
She has no wisdom.
Speaking as an expert dancer, every time I see her dancing, it's not good.
Something's off.
So if we go to the next slide, I'm still just as confused.
By the way, this whole green. I don't know what the hell's happening right now.
I don't know what's happening right now. Let's go to the next slide. So this was the Biden HQ Twitter account, and they just changed it.
Her actual
official campaign account.
Okay.
To Kamala HQ in the same colors and the Brat typo, and that's what it is. And then if we go to the next slide, we can see the opposite of this thing, because the thing, she's riding on this young aesthetic, and this is mostly manufactured. It's very commercial.
Yeah.
She jumped on the aesthetic, and then we see the real aesthetic that this been going on since the beginning of the summer. I think Jack Posobiec called it. He called it White Boy Summer. Okay. And that this is the aesthetic of White Boy Summer, you know.
Who's that in the top left?
On the top left, it's just aesthetic, you know.
Oh, just a white guy with a Uzi drinking a beer.
Drinking a beer. This is aesthetic of White Boy Summer.
But DJ T in the middle. I mean, dude, I remember that photo. What a. Did he have like a Lamborghini or something in that?
Yeah, he had yeah, but this aesthetic is pink. It's the boys. It's having beers, shooting guns.
Yeah, ripping shirts off like the
ripping
Hulk.
shirts off like the Hulk.
Your typical weekend. Right?
My weekend, Raj. That's my normal weekend.
So if we go to the next slide, I brought up.
Is that Clarence Thomas with glasses?
This is the epitome of White Boy Summer.
Let me see this. Oh God, Kelly, play that. Oh my God, that guy's voting for Trump.
That guy opening a beer with a mullet.
Oh my God.
Well, it's hard to find these.
It is hard. to
Yeah.
find this
That's groomed like that.
Even
my
Zuckerberg, yeah, he's jumping on the summer, like
By the way,
White Boy Summer.
you know what
aesthetic.
tells this is like an alien trying to be like, hey guys, I'm not an alien. Look at me, I'm cool. Which oddly, Roger, did you see what the interview that he did where he said like Trump getting shot and then getting up and pressing his fist was one of those badass things he's ever seen.
I did see that.
Do you think that changed? Not to get off your subject. Do you think really quick, Roger? Does he vote Trump this cycle? Because he pumped $200 million into.
No, he puts another couple $100 million into Kamala. It's a false flag. It's a distraction.
False flag. No pun intended.
It's a
'cause he does-
distraction. It's
yeah.
a distraction. I think.
So back to it, I want to ask because the thing is behind this research. Okay, the last midterm election, the biggest increase of registered voters was females and Gen Z. Okay, so they know this. They didn't do this, you know, like randomly. It might seem really foreign to us because you know we're a little bit older than the demographic, and we're not women as well. Yeah. The internet functions in weird ways. Instead of being something concrete like a message, it's more of an aesthetic. That's why I showed all this pictures, all this videos, an algorithm of the things. There you can see the turnout for the last midterm election. So Gen Z had one of the biggest jump. Usually young people don't get involved unless there's something that they care about is in the ballot. So I want to have your take on this. Is this a good route? You think it's going to bring any votes for her camp? You think they can beat all the guys that are on the Trump train? I don't know.
Well, targeting is very important. Trying to bring new people to the process is very important. But also equally important is getting people who are already in the process to vote. The evangelical Christian turnout in 2016 was 78%.
Wow.
The evangelical turnout in 2020 was 63%. So, I mean, there's a huge amount of work to do there. There are 25 million evangelical Christians in the country who are not registered to vote.
Oh, wow.
They need to be found and they need to get registered. By the way, they won't all vote for Trump, but about 80% of them will, 75 to 80%. So they don't have a lot of targeting options. They're not going to target blue-collar, working-class, overwhelmingly Catholic Democrats in, say, Michigan, because they know that the car industry is being shut down by the policies supported by Kamala Harris. So I think you're going to have a harder time getting those voters to vote than they think. The other question I would ask is, I wonder if any of those voters are interested in ultimately having a job, owning a home, having financial stability. Biden continues to fudge all of the economic statistics. Yeah, the 600,000 new jobs he said he created, overwhelmingly part-time jobs. They don't tell you that part. So I'm not sure that this will work. But they have to target somebody, and I don't know who else they target.
And I think that's a good point because I think, as we know, Raj, Taylor Swift, she's one of, I think, the biggest celebrities on the planet. Her voting, like, what's her block of followers?
200, 300 million?
200 million. Like, my nieces, when I mess with them, and I'm like, Roger, I'm like, I hate Taylor Swift. My niece hung up on me yesterday. She's 10 years old. She's like, and then my brother had to call me back. I'm telling you right now, we're getting close to the point where if she speaks, Roger, if Taylor Swift comes out and goes, hey, Swifties, go, it's all brainwashed, go vote right now and do not vote for Donald Trump, vote for whoever the other side is, that sways the vote, don't you think?
No, we live in an age in which pop culture has influence. The pop culture, affects everything. But how many UFC fight fans are there in the country?
A lot.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think Trump showing up at the UFC fights. I think the strong support of Dana White and so many of the MMA UFC fighters. Those all their votes there too. There are a lot of unregistered votes there too. So we shall see.
Quick question. Can I ask a question off? So ballot harvesting, Democrats seem to be very effective at it, very aggressive with it. It doesn't seem to be the case with Republicans. How much of an impact do you think that has?
Well, first of all, it's legal in some states and it's illegal in other states. It's specifically illegal in Florida. You can't touch any ballot other than your own. If you do, it's a felony.
Oh, okay, wow.
Other states, it is not illegal. They have been better at it than we are. This is one thing I think, frankly, the Republican National Committee, under the leadership of Laura Trump and with Scott Presler, is actually doing a very good job of. We are not going to get, well, just in terms of identifying and turning out our votes, we will not get beat again. Can you make it too big to steal, beat the cheat? Remains to be seen. But maximizing your vote is important. I think it is something we will do much better this time.
Oh, good.
I hope so, because I mean, just finding out just all the stories that we're hearing, Roger, about people showing up, no ID, that's. I'm telling you right now, those people are going to be voting Democrat. Those people are promised the world, and I really feel, Roger, if you're coming over a border and you're following the news, one side hates you and thinks you're a racist, rapist. That's all bullshit. The other side loves you and welcomes you. I'm voting for the other side. I'm voting Democrat if I'm coming over the border. And I saw videos where they're pouring in. They're wearing Biden-Harris T-shirts. I've seen it.
Look, I got criticized on this because I got caught in an illegal video when I was at Mar-a-Lago talking to a woman who's posing as an activist, turned out to be a left-wing operative for the DNC.
Wow.
The problem is, if you read the transcript, I didn't say anything wrong. What I said was Republicans have to use every political and legal tool to ensure that the next election is honest. I also said, and this is, I think, important to put in context, is you have to know who the judges are. Let me explain that. At night, when the courts are closed down, every federal court has a duty judge. That way, if there is an emergency in the middle of the night and you need to file an emergency motion, you have to be able to reach the judge. So in 2020, when they shut down the counting in in Detroit, and the Democrats had the Republican observers physically removed by the Detroit police, the correct act would be to go find a judge and file an emergency motion to get back in there.
Yeah.
But nobody had the duty judge's contact information. The lawyers for the Republicans failed to have that. The same exact thing happened in Philadelphia. So when I said you need to be able to reach the judge, there's no lawyer in the world who didn't understand what I mean. Every single circuit has a duty judge because the courts close and they reopen. At night, you have emergencies. Sometimes they're usually emergencies pertaining to life and death situations, whether medication or medical treatments being withheld from a child or a family member. But whatever the emergency is, this is a standard legal procedure. Headline: Stone says Trump has judges in his pocket. No, that's not what I said. That's not even remotely what I said.
Well, it's an amazing point. I didn't even think of that, but that's really important.
I didn't even know that there was on-call judges. Like, one has to be ready to go.
And everybody forgot that they physically removed the Republicans from those things. Those voting states last time.
Dude, how about this? Why are you boarding up? How many videos did you guys see of them boarding up stuff
everything.
not to see the counting?
Yeah,
and we didn't say shit.
Out.
Unbelievable.
Well, we as a party, we were unprepared. We will not be unprepared this time. Headline: Stone reveals Trump's secret plan to steal the 2024. No, that's not what I said. And then, having read all of the filings in the so-called documents case, I correctly predicted that the judge was going to dismiss the case. No, I don't know the judge. I've never met her in my life. No, I've never communicated with the judge. Why did I say that? Because I can read. And I follow Julie Kelly, who's on X, who's terrific, who does great analysis. I read every filing in that case. And I believe, back to my own case, I always believed that the appointment of Jack Smith was unconstitutional because he had never been confirmed by the U.S. Senate, and there is no provision in law that provides for his appointment. How does a private citizen get these sweeping prosecutorial powers without the consent of Congress? I believe that was a legitimate case. I was speaking on my opinion. Now I have leftists saying, grab Stone's phone. He must have been in touch with the judge. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Real.
I have a question at this point. You said an honest and fair election. I think, but this time we realize that having an honest election, that's a tall order. Having a fair election, that's different. You said some states, they allow that ballot harvesting. Are the Republicans prepared to, because you know the saying that you say that don't bring a knife
to a gunfight.
To a gunfight. Are they prepared for that scenario? Because that's a reality,
I think the short answer is I think so, and I hope so. It's being worked on by very good people, very hard. There are technologies that can be used to clean the voter lists. They're going to have to require some legal action because, for example, as I said earlier, here in Florida, they found 1 million bad addresses out of 15 million voters. You then have to go to each county board of elections and ask that those people be removed. Now, it's funny, almost 60 plus counties have done so. The 4 biggest counties controlled by Democrats refuse. So they may ultimately have to go into court to get that done. But this is part of the hard work of winning elections and having a strategy. The people running the Trump campaign are highly capable. The people now at the Republican National Committee are also highly capable. You hear a lot of grousing, but those are mostly people who are jealous or job seekers. And I think we're going to have an excellent Election Day operation operating entirely within the confines of the law.
I hope so. And I think Laura Trump said that she's going to have hopefully 100,000 polling station people watching. Observers. So, let's pray to God, because if not, if we smell something bad, it's not going to be good. I'm so happy the Republicans showed the world that even after they tried to kill the Republican nominee's pick, we didn't burn each other down. We didn't shoot each other. We didn't go to the streets. We didn't kill each other. We didn't burn shit. Everybody stayed normal. Everybody stayed calm. We know who the enemy is, and the enemy isn't each other. We all should know who the enemy is. It's them, they, their pronouns. And don't let them fool you guys because the future does look bright with us. What's up, everybody? Vincent O'Shaughnessy here. If you want to see me and the entire Valuetainment crew, we will be at the Volt Conference September 4th through the 7th at the Palm Beach Convention Center, hosted by none other than Patrick Bet-David and featuring Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Guys, this is the place to be. If you are an entrepreneur and you want to level up, do not miss this opportunity. This is the best place to network. If you want tickets, go to thevaultconference.com. Do not waste time. This thing is going to sell out, and I will see you guys there. Peace and love. So if you like this clip, click right here. And if you want to see more like it, click right here. Stay angry, Patriots.